I had 4 children, one being disabled. He died 2 years ago at the age of 4. My partner had a family that was close and somewhere for her to turn to, but rather than look at each other for support, she went to family for support, and I was stood high and dry basically. Caused a lot of pressures, a lot of guilt, a lot of blame. Relationship broke down, and I ended up having to leave for the best, but not having anywhere to leave to. I found myself on the street.
Anyone can become homeless. You just get caught up in it. It's a vicious circle. You know, one thing goes wrong and then 10 other things go wrong. And it's just day by day. I was basically a single mum. I lost my kids through violence and stuff. They ended up into foster care. Lost my home and lost everything else. The bridge is somewhere where you can just go for comfort, really. You get fed and that, but, you know, you can go there, you see people, you know, and the staff there are brilliant. Nice knowing someone cares.
Okay.
Because when you sat out on the street, not many people care.
No. I was in the armed forces with my father for 12 years. I lost my parents in 95 and 96. And ever since, I suffer with depression. Right. I'm a long-term sickness person now. So the bridge offered me work. What I've made of my life is great. Since I've been with Leicester, since I've been with the bridge, without the bridge, I'd rather be dead. The bridges gave me self-respect. It gave me that strength to carry on with myself. As before, when I was sitting at home 24/7, I was on the edge of committing suicide and things. I'll admit to that.
I got myself in and out of hostels for the best part of a year. It's a complete eye-opener. It's a different world and different way of life altogether. You feel safer sometimes being on your own on the streets. My age group, over 30s, out of all the hostels in Leicester, I'm limited to 2. You can imagine why you're waiting 3 weeks for a room. Yeah. I'm now working as a volunteer for the bridge, and I'm trying to give back, you know, what was there for me, just, you know, and that's rewarding.
If you haven't got a full address, then you find it hard to get ID, and then you can't go to, like, college and that. It's hard claiming benefits. They say to you, if you haven't got an address, then we can't pay you. It's kind of like everything's catch-22. You know, when you got somewhere to live in that, you can plan a week ahead or 2 weeks ahead, you know what I mean? But when you're homeless, it's not like that. It's not easy out in the streets when it's cold in the winter.
And at the end of the night, when I finish at 9:15, I go home proud of myself that I've done something for the community. Where before, in my younger days, my life was blink, it was dull, it was dead. Until I came to Leicester and joined the bridge. I've been with the bridge now 2 years since Christmas. For the first time in my life, I'm not being selfish to myself. I'm out, I'm putting myself forward to help people. The difference is that we're there to give them love and comfort, where you don't get that in the hostel system.
I can imagine myself, you know, actually in 5 years' time working, you know, actually fully employed either within the hostels or, you know, within a drop-in day centre, or with the drug teams. You know, I got involved unfortunately with drugs myself, but was lucky enough after a couple of years to get out of it, and happy to enjoy life again and be involved in something that's giving a bit back to these guys, you know. They're not all bad.
I'm looking forward to it when I come out of rehab. Some of my work's going up in January in this art place in town, so hopefully I'd have done something with that, got off the streets and maybe helping people like myself. Even though I've gone through what I do, I still volunteer at the homeless centre.
We're there for people. We're not there for ourselves or anything like that. We're trying to express ourselves to homeless that you're not on your own out there. There is people that cares about you and thinking about you every day of the week.